What's going on YouTube? This is Necrostevo and it's time for a narrated Pokemon Wi-Fi battle video. Now today's match is a battle I had against Guy. I will leave his Twitter link in the description if you guys would like to go challenge him. Excellent battler, fantastic breed, you guys have seen me battle him before. So let's just get straight to this battle. Now in this match I had a match with him the same day, but we were kind of tying off 5th gen because we were expecting Pokemon Bank to release. And we were just using our favorites from 6th gen and such. And so, of course, Meowstic I think is really just my spirit animal. I'm a pretty stoic person, and if you guys ever see me in person, not a lot of emotion going on. So Meowstic is a very good fit for me. Now, he does have a lead Greninja. The spikes are going to be pretty annoying. I don't have a spinner on this team. And I also see U-turn coming from his Greninja, which is annoying because as you saw there, I set up the light screen thinking that he would be the typical special set. But that's okay. The light screen is still going to be pretty important in case he has any coverage moves or anything like that. And more importantly, I was also able to paralyze him, which is good because you want to paralyze those fast Pokemon. Now, Banette comes out. I'm expecting him to go Mega and send maybe some status my way or hit me with a really strong Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak. He even has Sucker Punch. He has several options there, none of which that I'm too keen on staying in on. And I have a physical wall in the form of Rotom Heat. He actually just goes for Taunt, which makes pretty good sense as well since the male form Meowstic learns more support moves. Now, Rotom getting pissed off and opening its little easy bake oven is entertaining. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm able to put on some good damage with a Thunderbolt attack, which is nice. I've been testing out Thunderbolt versus Volt Switch, and Volt Switch gives you a lot of momentum, but especially with the prevalence of Excadrill at the moment, I'm just getting way more mileage out of Thunderbolt. But anyways though, he switches in his Ditto as I go for Overheat here, which sucks because if I had gone for Overheat, then he had switched in, then he would have copied my -2 special attack. But at the rate he is at, he will not have -2 special attack. He goes for Will-O-Wisp, which is interesting to me. I only brought in Meowstic to see what he went for, and I also needed to see if he were Scarfed. I've battled quite a couple of matches where my opponents have used Ditto and they weren't Scarfed. So definitely you guys be sure to check to see if your opponent has a Scarf Ditto. And since he switched out there, I'm assuming that he is Scarfed, and I was just going to set up Reflect. I still have my light screen going on with the Light Clay. And I didn't really have any reason to try to use Psychic when I knew he had a Dark type on his team, plus it wouldn't do that much damage anyway. I only had Psychic on Meowstic kind of to break sashes and that type of thing. Now, Scrafty is a little bit interesting to face at this point in the battle. I know that he does not have Ice Punch as a coverage move, and even if he did, Thick Fat on my Venusaur would cut the damage down. But at the same point, I don't know what other moves his Scrafty has. So I'm just going to go and Mega Evolve my Venusaur right here, and I'm going to go for Sleep Powder. And he brings in Volcarona, maybe expecting the Grass type move. And things like Volcarona are exactly why I carry Poison Ground as coverage. Poison and Ground is actually really, really good coverage. Of course, you're only missing out on coverage against stuff like Skarmory, or for other flying types. I guess Aerodactyl would also be another one. And those I don't want to stay in with Venusaur anyway. Now, he actually wakes up after turn 1 and hits the Hurricane and confuses me. Super unfortunate right there. But that's okay, I am going to be able to seed him, and that means I'm going to be able to switch out of here. Because I'm not too keen on taking another Hurricane attack. And at the same token, now that I have Leech Seed on him, his days are numbered anyway, so I don't think he's going to want to stay in too long either. Now, if he decides to go for Morning Sun or Quiver Dance, I may be in for a little bit more of a hurt there, but That's not too bad. He does go for Bug Buzz instead of Hurricane, knowing that there's no sense in risking the Hurricane miss, and Bug Buzz probably would have taken me out from that point. But I did switch in Rotom, as Rotom resists both Bug Buzz and Hurricane, and the possible Fire attack. So I get a little bit of health back from the Leech Seed, and I'm just going to Thunderbolt. He probably expected, he switched into his Azumarill, he probably expected me to Overheat because it would do neutral damage, but I just went for a Thunderbolt, because I figured I'd Thunderbolt and then I would use Overheat, not just go straight for the Overheat. And that's why a lot of people prefer Wash Rotom over Rotom Heat, because Rotom Watch, of course, can use its Stab Hydro Pump without getting the decrease in special attack. And personally, I think competitively, Rotom Watch is probably better. It has fewer weaknesses. You don't have that -2 on the special attack, but I just like Rotom Heat better. So that's what I like to use. You just have to make sure you compensate for that in your team structure. Anyways, though, his Ditto is going to come back and transform into my Venusaur. I see that he decides to lock himself in on Sludge Bomb. After earlier when he switched out after burning Meowstic, I decided to assume that he was Scarfed, and this confirms it because he does not try to go for Earthquake when I bring in my Aegislash. And I expected Scrafty to come back in. This is actually my Autonomized Aegislash set. It has Shadow Ball, Sacred Sword, and Iron Head with Autonomize, holding a Life Orb, a lot max speed, a lot of special attack, and a lot of attack. And right there we see, even after that -1 from Scrafty's Intimidate, I'm still able to 2-hit KO it, and he is actually running a Dragon Dance Scrafty, and the only reason that I was able to outspeed it is because I'm running max speed so that I can use Autonomize. So that actually worked out really well without me even having to use Autonomize. And there was really no point in going for that anyway, because of course he has Banette, which has Prankster, and he could burn me, he could go for the priority Destiny Bond, excuse me. He can also just taunt me so that I couldn't go for King Shield or Autonomize, or Swords Dance, which is probably why he went for Taunt right there. And I was expecting Taunt or Will-O-Wisp, which is why I went back on into Rotom, and I expected Volcarona to come in right here, so I just went for Thunderbolt. He probably was just Death Watering it because he didn't want to have Banette or either of his other Pokemon or his Azumarill take extra damage if they didn't need to. And I'm not actually sure why he didn't go for the Aqua Jet right there. He may have thought that he was going to outspeed me, but I do run some speed on my Rotom just so I can outspeed other Rotom. Speed creep is a very funny little issue there, because, you know, oftentimes people will put 1 or 2 points on their Pokemon, and then other people end up putting 3 or 4, and then there's people like me who are like, screw it, I'll just put 5 extra points there. As long as I can still cover my damage calcs in other areas, like you saw me 1-hit KOing the Greninja, you don't see it mattering too much. Now, Banette actually ends up living the Overheat, which I was really surprised by. He uses Phantom Force, and I know Banette has a very high physical attack stat, so while he's gone, we're just going to go for a Snooze here, so that I can ensure that I'm able to take the hit and then at least take him down with me. I believe at the time of the battle, I kind of momentarily derped. I knew he had Destiny Bond because I was talking to him when he was creating the set, but I forgot that it had priority. So I could have just burned him, or tried to burn him rather, I may have missed, instead of outright attacking him. But either way, the important thing is that I no longer have to worry about Mega Banette, which is really, really nice. Mega Banette is actually a really interesting Pokemon. I think it'll probably get a lot more use in doubles with that Prankster ability. It could, I don't know, I can see it doing some interesting things. Now, I actually have 3 Pokemon left at this point in the battle, but he still has his Scarf Ditto left. And so the question was not really, should I go into Aegislash and try to set up, or that type of thing. It was, which one of my Pokemon can most likely take its own attack? And so I decided to go for Rar, which actually was bred by Guy for me. And I just went into him because he has a really high base physical defense stat. And I figured I could take the Dragon Claw or the Earthquake. And I knew he would probably go for Earthquake if he was going to be locked in, because he needed to hit my Aegislash still. So that was a great match, Guy. Thank you very much for that battle. And in a little while here, I'll have the Black and White awesome Battle of Epicness that we had posted in a couple of weeks probably. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that match. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I only just now got off work. It's about 11:40 at night, and I really wanted to get this battle up. I had to substitute teach all day, then I had to go straight to my other job. So, yeah, I do have a really neat job interview coming up on Monday, so it would be great if you guys keep me your thoughts here. Hopefully I can have some new opportunities open up, which of course will give me more time to do the things that I really enjoy, such as playing Pokemon. So, in closing, you guys have a great weekend. Look for me on Monday. After my interview and all that goodness, I don't actually have to work Monday, so I will probably be playing Pokemon, trolling for battles as I normally do on Twitter and such. Keep an eye out for me. You all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.